Hey, what's up everybody? So today, just a quick little tip, little idea about what it means to play good tennis, all right? There's a lot of different ideas around there, so it can kind of be a little bit confusing. But I'm gonna try and simplify it down so that you guys kind of get the idea and let me know what you think about it maybe in the comments or something like that. But it's really simple, okay? To play good tennis, what that means is you're gonna have a maximum amount of aggression with a minimum amount of risk, all right? That's the way I see it. Now, there's a lot of different game styles and everything like that. So what being aggressive means might vary from one player to another. And what risk might mean might also vary from one player to another, okay? I think that the biggest mistake to take out of that equation, so to speak, is one, aggressiveness doesn't always just mean hitting the ball hard. Like, it's not just the miles per hour on the ball, okay? There's lots of different ways you can be aggressive. You can be aggressive through heavy topspin. You can be aggressive with a slice backhand as well too, because a slice ball stays lower and the ball's gonna bounce twice fast, okay? Being aggressive means taking time away from your opponent. Being aggressive can mean you're aggressive in how you're positioned on the court. So lots of different ways for you to be able to be aggressive, and again, depending on your play style, whether you're a counter puncher, kind of an all-court player, aggressive baseliner, serve and volley, or whatever, you've got to find a way to be as aggressive as you can while minimizing the risk, okay? Now, when I say minimize risk, I also don't mean that you're never going to take risks, because sometimes it's intelligent to take a risk, right? A good calculated risk, or a risk because you're kind of forced into that situation. If you imagine like somebody's putting pressure on you coming to the net and you've got to get to a ball on the run and you've got to take a risk by hitting a big forehand down the line, knowing that that's your last chance to maybe win the point, then you got to go for that shot, okay? So when I say minimum risk, I don't mean saying that you never want to take any risk or anything like that. Good players take risks, but they take them at the right moment. And how do you determine whether or not it's the right moment or not to take a risk? Well, what I look at the risk-reward ratio, okay? If I take a risk and there's a big reward for me, then maybe that's a good time to take a risk, all right? Meaning if I maybe put a little bit extra on this shot, but there's a chance that I get a winner out of it and I win the point, then it might be a good moment, okay? Another thing to determine risk also is also how you're feeling inside. If you're feeling confident, you can probably go ahead and take more risks than if you're not feeling confident, all right? If you don't have very much confidence, whether it's on your serve or your backhand or on whatever shot it is that day maybe you're struggling with, then keep the risk down, right? But in the end, if you can kind of get those two, match those two in harmony, where you got maximum aggression with minimum risk, you're playing good tennis, okay? You see it in stats a lot of times with pros. You're gonna look at the winners to unforced errors ratio, all right? And it's not always the guy who has a lot of winners and maybe a lot of unforced errors who wins. Maybe a guy hit 50 winners in a match and another guy only hit 15, but the guy who hit 15 won. Why? Because, well, he only made 10 unforced errors, so he's got a +5 ratio, whereas the guy who hit 50 winners also had 60 unforced errors, he's at -10, right? So it's not about hitting all winners all the time or anything like that. It's about finding that harmony between how you're playing aggressive and how you're minimizing your risk, all right? So try and apply that to your game. Let me know what you think maybe in the comments below, and get back to me maybe if you want to know what kind of topic you'd like to see on any of these videos, all right? We'll catch you next time.